Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Path to 1 Million. I'm along the path to impact 1 million people. These are the stories that chronicle my journey, episode 27. So my plane touched down in Michigan, Flint, Michigan today at 10 o'clock. A very tired, very exhausted Cliff exited the plane. Coffee was not fazing me. So the moral of the story is that it's raining like crazy right now, but still reporting in as to what's happening. So with regards to the project and the website, the other day, I announced that it was finished and I was going to be pushing it out there. And I read on one of the groups that I belong to on there. I actually made a comment. I said, "Hey, got my funnel finished. I'm ready to push it out." And somebody came back and asked me if I had tested it fully. And of course, my answer was no. And then somebody asked me if other people had tested it, and my answer was no. So I went back and I looked through the material, and it reminded me of something that just happened recently with regards to testing. And that was the other night. It was Tuesday night. I was at home and I threw some clothes into the wash machine to get them washed. And as they were washing, I put them on like the express cycle for like 15 minutes instead of like normal hour that it takes. And so I put it on for 15 minutes and the washer ran and ran and ran, and it ran and ran and ran and ran some more. And so I went out there. I was like, why isn't this done yet? So I went out there and took a look at it, and it was stuck apparently on trying to engage and going into the spin cycle. So it had washed the clothes, rinsed the clothes, did some tumbling, I guess, but it just would not do the last spin before you throw them in the dryer. So, of course, I'm absolutely now convinced that the wash machine is broken, and I'm thinking, great, because tomorrow I'm leaving to go to Michigan, and this is just my luck that the washer machine will break before I go. And I was talking to Sherry on the phone, and she said, well, why don't you put another load of clothes and see if it's, if it does the same thing. And I thought about testing it, but then I was like, well, let's let the wash machine go a little bit longer, see what happens. And sure enough, it didn't change. It was stuck at 6 minutes. The washer would kind of tumble a little bit and move a little bit, and then it would stop, and then it would move a little bit more. So basically, I just shut the whole thing off, resigned to the fact that it was broken, and I'd have to call a repairman the next day and hopefully get it fixed before I left. So the next day, I get up. And I did get a hold of an appliance company, and they said, we'll have somebody there at noon. The guy showed up promptly at a little bit before noon. And I take him out to the wash machine, and I'm like, yeah, I did some research online, and they're saying that if it tumbles like this, it'll still spin, but it just tumbles, but it doesn't engage with the spin cycle. They say there's something wrong with the door latch. So I'm thinking that's what the problem is it's something with the door latch. And he looks at the wash machine, and he says, do you know what kind of wash machine do you have? And so I look down at the label on the side of it, and I'm like, it's a Kenmore. He goes, yeah, but this is an LG machine. And I was like, okay. And he goes, yeah, LG, do you know how they rank as far as their washers go? And I'm like, well, they're right up there with Bosch. He goes, yeah. He says, the washer that you got doesn't have problems like what you're talking about here. He goes, this thing probably works just fine. So he went ahead and ran an express cycle for 15 minutes. And sure enough, the machine ran just fine. The spin cycle engaged. There was no issues, no problems. Come to find out, it was just that the load was unbalanced. So the machine was trying to turn to make the load balanced, I guess. I put too much crap in there or something. Who knows? But the load was unbalanced. So basically, I paid this guy $50 to come out and tell me that my washer was just fine, which was a little bit annoying, but it reminded me of the importance to make sure that you test before you take any action, before you sit there and determine yourself, oh my God, this is broken or this doesn't work. You really need to test it before you go. So it was actually my intention today because, like I said, my flight landed in Flint at 10 o'clock. I was actually going to spend the afternoon testing. However, I spent the afternoon completely just blacked out. Tuesday night, I didn't get a lot of sleep. And ditto with last night. I didn't get a lot of sleep because I had too much on my plate to try to get done and to try to move things forward. So literally by the time I made it to mom and dad's place this afternoon, my dad's kids are visiting from Georgia, and I was talking to him, and I was in the middle of a story, and I completely forgot what I was talking about, and I just kind of stopped, and I started thinking, and I closed my eyes to kind of reset my brain, and my eyes didn't open. So then Mom touched my hand and said, maybe you should lay down for a while. I was getting ready to collapse from exhaustion. So I said, okay, thinking I'd lay down for 20 or 30 minutes, and instead it turned into 3 hours. So I woke up at 4:30 in the afternoon, just in time for Mom to say we're going to eat here shortly. So I was like, okay. So I just did not get time to get it testing today. But that's okay, because I can run it in test mode. And fortunately for everybody who volunteered to be my accountability partners and make sure that I got this stuff done, I can actually have them go through and test it as well, which will be great, because then if I can get, let's say these 5 people that said that they would test it, if I can get them to walk through on their different platforms, whether they're using a PC, whether they're using a Mac, whether they're doing it on their phone, a tablet, wherever they might be doing it, as long as they can do it, get in there and take a look at it, spot anything that's wrong with it, that'll put me just that much further ahead. So anyways, I've decided that the testing would be prudent, just to make sure that, everything works like it's supposed to work. So anyways, I just wanted to give you an update on that, the importance of, testing and making sure that everything is okay. But I am excited because I have gone through it a couple times now. I caught a couple places where I did not replace images with my own image, a couple spots where I didn't put the copy of the text like I was supposed to in there. So I caught those areas and changed and fixed that, which is really good. So anyways, just wanted to share with you that little story. I will be back again tomorrow with the results. Hopefully I'll get some time tomorrow to test it. Anyways, I hope you guys are all having a great evening, and I will talk to you tomorrow. See ya.